Hi everybody, it's your guy here, and today I actually want us to go through something important, and I believe this will actually help many, and it will also make this concept sink well, okay, mostly to those who are finding it hard to understand this setup. Okay, so we'll be going through a couple of trades that happened today. Today was a very beautiful day. Okay, so I'm gonna be showing you a couple of things that will actually help you get the best trades. Okay, I'm gonna be showing you a couple of things, and I believe if you get this and master it well, you are actually gonna get the best trades. Okay, because trading is not really hard as it is made to look. Okay, so guys, without any further ado, let's jump into this. First of all, we will be looking at GJ. Okay, yesterday in our Monday meetings, I did mention that, okay, this is actually trapping, and I usually call this the bull killer zone. Okay, a bull killer zone. Okay, this is an area whereby I believe that the bulls are actually getting slaughtered, and the reason being that actually whoever is buying, who is a bull, whoever is buying inside this box is actually not allowed to see profits. Okay, and by the way, this pair has been trending up for the longest of time. I believe they might correct, but still they can still go up. But yesterday I did tell those who attended the meeting that, okay, I'm gonna be waiting for them to break out. As you can see, there are pins here. Pins are not a problem because I just used the line, okay, the line chart, and you can see it cuts all the pins, and you see, yes, yesterday they did break out. Okay, but I'll show you because in the meeting yesterday I did mention that, okay, I'm not in a hurry, I want to see them breaking out. Okay, and yesterday obviously we got a red day, of which I will show you, but for me personally, I wanted to see them break out. And talking about the meeting, I know there are many of you who have the playbook, but I don't have your emails. But remember, when you got the playbook, some of you didn't even leave your emails, and I don't have your email, so it becomes harder for me to send you the invite link. And for some of you, I do send you the link. Maybe check in your spam folder. Maybe they might be landing there if you are not seeing them. And of course, there are some of you whom I might have missed when I sent the invite link. Guys, I have a link in the description. Please, please, please send me your link, order number, so that I can confirm, and then your names. Okay, and then I'll add you to the Zoom meetings. And again, I've realized that most people are actually unable to attend because of time zones. For some, it's during the night, for some it's during the day and they are at work, and for some it's just not a suitable time to be attending the meeting. Okay, and for me here, 8:30 is like late and I have plenty of time. That's why I chose that time, but I have to make sure that I actually accommodate many, because my goal is actually to ensure that people understand this concept and benefit from it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be creating another Zoom meeting during the day, probably Saturday. Okay, and the main objective is actually to accommodate those who are unable to attend on Monday night. So I believe that will help, and we will discuss the times. Okay, so I will actually be having two Zoom meetings for everybody who has the playbook. And the reason is I just want you to understand this concept and benefit from it. And if I have to send you the recordings every time, then I believe it's not going to be good. Why? Because these meetings are question and answers. They are not meetings whereby whereby I'll be teaching or stuff. No, they are meetings where everyone will be able to ask you a question where maybe they're getting stuck, what they don't understand, and the main goal is for everybody to understand, remember, okay, and to learn from each other. Okay, so even if I send you a recording and you just find that, okay, somebody asked a question that is not actually bothering you, so you have to ask your own questions. Okay, so I will create another Zoom meeting during the day. Okay, guys, so please, 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 if you have the playbook, send, and I don't have your email, send me your email. I have my email in the description. Remember to include your name and your order number. I really, really appreciate you guys. Okay, so guys, let's look here. I said I wanted to break. Now when we go to an hourly time frame, I want you to see something important. GJ actually broke out, okay, and it gave a day one. You can see it opened here and closed here. Okay, so this is a red day. Okay, and yes, of course, it closed below. Okay, it closed below here. Okay, it closed below, yes. And then today we were expecting day 2 of continuations, but for me, I wanted to make sure that okay, this is not merely just a fake breakout. I wanted to ensure that this is indeed a breakout, so I allowed it to trade. Besides, I don't trade GJ during the Asian time. Okay, I don't trade GJ during the Asian time. Okay, so what I actually did was I trade GJ during the London time because the pound is more dominant during London. So what I did, of course, we had day 1 and we were anticipating day 2 continuations, but when I came, obviously I told you I will always wait for the equity time to open. Okay, so this is the equity time. As you can see, I want to see this candle. This is the equity time, and mind you, right now I'm showing it on a 15-minute time frame. Okay, so let's just use a different color, any color. Okay, any color, as long as it's visible, right? So this is the equity opening time, and the reason I wait for the equity opening time is because if you have noticed, the candle that opens exactly during the equity time, that is 9:30 or yes, that is 9:30 or 3:30. Okay, for London and US session. Okay, so the candle that opens at this time mostly is the biggest candle, and most of the time it's gonna be a stop hunt. Okay, so this is one of the main reason why I always wait for the equity time, because remember, if it's the biggest candle and most of the time it's a stop hunt, you don't want that candle to be going against you. So if you are in a trade before, maybe during the first hour, this candle can actually go against you and it can kick you out of a winning trade, and you don't know which direction it's gonna take. So I prefer waiting for it, and the results I see whenever I wait for the equity opening time like are very good and I get satisfied with them. So I waited here to see this candle. Once it opened, of course I go to a smaller time frame. By the way, I have a 15-minute time frame open on one monitor. I have a 5-minute time frame open on another monitor, and I have a 1-minute time frame opened on another monitor. So if you have one monitor and you've analyzed a day before and you have seen that okay, GJ is the best for you on the day, then it's not a problem. You just come here, you divide your screens and have different time zones, because if you're looking at one per GJ, obviously one box will be 1 minute, the other box will be 5 minutes, and the other box will be for 15 minutes. So you will be seeing all these time frames. You don't merely need multiple monitors. Okay, so once this candle opened, I saw it and I was looking at it. So I went to a 1-minute time frame just to try to get the best entry. Why? Because the 1-minute time frame will most likely give a good risk reward ratio. As you can see, I don't really use trend lines, but I want to see how the market is trending. Okay, how is it going? So you can see it was going up, and yes, of course they came and they really bounced, and I told you my entry criteria. Okay, I spoke about that in a video I posted previously. I think more than 3 videos I posted recently, and I also spoke about it in the Zoom meeting as well. Okay, so I always want them to break into the direction. If I'm anticipating down, then I want them to pull back, and then I want to see that engulfing candle. Of course, maybe they might be coming from down, or they might have trapped or whatsoever. Okay, and again, I want to see trapped volume. Okay, the trap volume is very important for me because I really want to see trap volume. Okay, so as you can see, this is on the line. Okay, and what are they doing? Everybody above this yesterday's low of the day is actually, whoever is going up above this line is actually trapped. Okay, so it's very important to identify trap volume, and on a 1-minute time frame you're gonna see where they have trap volume easily. Okay, and let me repeat this: once you have trap volume and then they give you the entry criteria that I'm about to show you, guys, take the trade without fear. Okay, by the way, you're also looking at a 5-minute and a 15-minute, and you want to make sure first they are breaking down in to the direction you're anticipating, or if the market is doing something you don't understand, obviously you want to see them breaking into the direction they are going to take, because there are days when you won't understand what the market is saying is going to do. So the main goal, or the main important thing that you should do, is to just sit down and do nothing. Okay, just be patient. A trade will come to you. You don't force trades. Okay, a trade will always come to you. Okay, so this is what actually happened. As you can see, it went down and then it came down. Okay, it came down, so it broke into my direction. I just told you. Okay, it broke down into my direction, And then I told you that I need what? I need to see a pump. So whenever it's breaking down into my direction, I'm setting my alerts going up on every candle. I'll set my alert on this candle. I'll set my alert on this candle. And I'll set my alerts on this candle, which is above this one, okay? So that when it goes up, I actually hear it, okay? So yes, it did go down. It did do that, okay? As it went down, the alert sounded, and then I got an engulfing candle, okay? When I got this engulfing candle, that's okay, that's when, okay, yes, it was consolidating and I got an engulfing candle on a 1 minute time frame. So what I did was I took this entry, okay, I took this trade entry over here. And mind you, I told you, when you are taking this kind of trades, they are explosive in nature. You won't be in a drawdown, okay? So when I took this engulf over here, because it broke into my direction, it pulled back and it engulfed. So I did take this one, and I squeezed my stubs. I squeezed my stubs to here, okay? And then all of a sudden they just exploded up. You see, they exploded up and they kicked me out of the trade, okay? This was the first trade. And remember, what I do is I don't usually open all my lot size, okay? I open it, I take a small entry every time, and then I size in. But look at this, look at this. Then they kicked me out of the trade. Yes, they gave a very big engulfing candle going up, and then it exploded down. Okay, let me show you on a 5 minutes. Okay, let me show you on a 5 minute. This was so interesting on a 5 minute time frame. You see, on a 5 minute, look at what they did. Look at what they did. They did explode up, okay, which was actually good, okay, because for me, you see, they broke down, pulled back, and I took the entry here on a 1 minute time frame, and they closed me out, okay, as I showed you. But look at this, and then they exploded up and came with a pin engulf. Okay, you can see this is a pin engulf. So this was the right candle for me. I actually re-entered again. Okay, I always say put your stops where, if they are triggered, like, you don't have to revenge the trade. Okay, so for me, the main idea when I took this trade was actually the fact that, oh, okay, these are explosive trade. Immediately after this engulf, it's gonna explode, okay? But it didn't do that. It just came and pinned engulfed. So I took my entry roughly somewhere here. I sold again here because this trade was still valid for me. And whenever they did this, and on a 5 minute time frame, they gave that pin engulf, I entered before the close of that pin engulf, okay? And this trade went so clean. I actually targeted 50 pips, and that 50 pips was hit a couple of minutes. Actually, wow, this was amazing. My take profit was hit just before the news, okay, before the 5 p.m. news, because I targeted 50 pips from here. I told you I target 50 pips, okay? So my 50 pips was hit roughly here. You see, wow, this is where my 50 pips was hit. It was hit I think 9 minutes before the news, okay? So yes, I had to hold a little bit longer because I targeted 50 pips, but it was a very good trade that was already broken down, and it had broken out of that big box on a 4-hour time frame. So this was a beautiful trade for me that I took today, okay? Take the trade, relax. There are explosive trades, okay? Most of the time I will close before the next session, but obviously today I held it because it was only 50 pips, and I didn't even trail my stops. Had I trailed my stops, they would have came and closed me. I know most people love trailing their stops, okay, but had I trailed my stops, they would have came and closed me, maybe with spreads, okay? So I told you how I feel about trailing stops. I hate trailing stops, and I no longer do that because it cost me the most of pain. But this trade was beautiful, guys. As you can see, it broke down, it pulled back the engulf, but they had another plan. They just consolidated, and then all of a sudden they went up to hit again. And unfortunately, I was part of the people who were hit, but my entry criteria is still the same, okay? I want to see them breaking up, I want to see them pumping, and then I want to see them giving that a beautiful engulf, and that's where I am gonna get in. So all in all, guys, this is about being patient. Okay, this entry criteria wins, and this entry criteria usually is explosive in nature. As you can see, they just exploded. Had I targeted less pips, I would have got roughly 35 pips in 28 minutes, but obviously my target was 50 pips, hence why they actually ended up hitting my stops. And I told you the reason why I target 50 pips mainly is because if you target 100 pips, you're not gonna get it every time, but you're gonna get 50 pips most of the time. Maybe 80% of your trades will go to 50 pips, but you'll find that only 15% of your trades will go beyond 100 pips. So for me, it's easy to target 50 pips with a bigger lot size, and then I know it's easy, and most of the time they will hit my take profit before they come back for me. So again, it's just that once I got this and this beautiful trade, I didn't want to take another trade on this pair. Why? Because I could have taken another pair on this another trade on this pair, because it started reversing, as you can see, with the news, of course, and then they pulled down. After pulling down, they gave one engulf, and if it's not satisfying, another engulf. And again, for 50 pips, this is very easy. As you can see, 50 pips was hit let's see, 50 pips was hit roughly here. So this was a beautiful trade for somebody who understand this and took it here, maybe because this is an engulf. We want to trade evidence. I always say this, we trade evidence. We want them to break into our direction, pull back, and then give us evidence that, oh yes, we are indeed going into your direction. So all in all, what I can tell you guys is that this is about patience. When you master patience, sit on your hands. Okay, when you sit on your hands, you will know and actually realize that most of the trades are just gonna be clean and beautiful. The problem is people just want to chase trades. Oh, it's going down, you are chasing because you are scared that you're gonna miss the trade. Guys, you will never ever miss the trade. If you miss a trade, it wasn't yours. Develop tight criterias, okay, that benefit to you, because the market is not perfect, but your rules must be perfect. This is my rule. I want to see them breaking in my direction. I'm not gonna chase the move simply because they gave me a pin and engulf and they pinned the low. Why? Because the moment you think this is the low, they can still keep going down. Okay, let me show you an example. Somebody could have thought, oh, they've been going down, now they're reversing and this is the low, just to find out that, oh, they're still going down. And if you look at this same thing they did here, it's a pin followed by an engulf. Somebody says now it's the low, they kept going down. So I don't chase moves, and I don't want to catch the high or the low, because that's the hardest way to trade. Honestly, you can't always rely on catching the high and the low. So what I want to do is I want to see them breaking in my direction, then I want to see them pulling back and then giving that beautiful engulf. So if you look even in my at my entry, I saw that they trap, okay, and then they pulled back. If you look, they pull back on a 1 minute time frame. You will see they pulled back, and usually when they pull back and give an engulf like this, they are gonna explode. But obviously the markets are the markets, and they had another plan. And besides, I just squeezed my stops too tight. Okay, why? Because I know that these trades usually don't show you a drawdown, they go straight and aggressively. Okay, they explode once they've trapped volume. Once they traded back into the volume, they explode. However, it was fine. Had I waited maybe another 3 minutes, I could have actually got this one without being closed here. But anyhow, it was a good trade, and it wasn't a revenge trade, guys. It's not a revenge trade. Okay, why? Because I didn't just say, oh, they closed me and then I want to enter again. No. Even when they did this, I was just sitting on my hands waiting, and then obviously they did this, and I looked at a 5 minute time frame, and then I saw a beautiful pin engulf. Okay, and this is a candle that showed you that we have cleaned up here, because it got everybody going up again. It has cleaned, and I've seen that they've trapped traders, and now this was gonna explode, and they did explode, and it ended up becoming the best trade, provided I didn't trail my stops. My take profit got hit. A second trade, if you are patient. Okay, I'm dwelling on this more because, guys, it's very important. The most important thing is actually to be patient. Okay, if you are patient, I assure you, you will get the best of best trades. The problem is people are actually impatient. I don't know why people are always in a rush. I don't even know why people are always chasing price. Remember, if you don't move markets, then chasing prices, it's actually a bad decision. Okay, wait for them to trade and show you their hand. Okay, so besides, GJ gave two beautiful trades, going down and going up. This is not a direction I'm saying people should have anticipated, but based on the behavior, on what prices were doing, it was a very nice trade, and they went back to the level and actually back to closing those who were in profit from Asia. Okay, because let's look, remember, the market will always go and close those who are in profit. Okay, so you know that if you're entering here, where is the goal, who is in profit? You see, they eventually came for these guys who were in profits. Okay, and we will see tomorrow. There's just a lot that actually happened today, guys. There's a lot that happened today. We have okay, let's go to USDJPY. Okay, USDJPY, I want to show you something very important. As I said, I will be showing this. Okay, yesterday we got a day one to the downside. I want to show you something very important. Okay, that's why I chose this one. Okay, because I knew there was something very important to share here. You see what this pair did. Let me just try to blow it a little bit. Okay, let me blow it a little bit. Okay, okay, I believe you see these candles. Okay, so what happened is, yesterday we got a beautiful day one. As you can see, it came and broke down. Okay, we have a beautiful day one to the downside, and today obviously we were actually waiting for a day two continuation. But what did I say? We do not enter a market blindly simply because they've given us a green day or red day. Okay, because if you look at this market, they are sending people down, sending people down, sending people down. Literally, this made a triple bottom. So you don't want to be selling into a triple bottom. Why? Because one thing you should understand is that, okay, just looking at this alone, everybody going down is trapped. Okay, everybody going down did not see profit. They just came, they reversed. They came, they reversed. Enough to stop those who bought. They came again, it reversed and stopped those who bought. So everybody who is chasing the move, selling down here, selling into the low, was just trapped. When you go to a smaller time frame, it even makes it more worse. Okay, because now you get to see the noise. You see, go down, go down, go down, go down, go down. These guys are not actually going beyond this low of yesterday. Okay, they're not going below the low of yesterday. So you cannot sell into this market and say, hey, it's actually day two continuation. There was no reason to sell. Okay, this is USDJPY. US is more dominant on this pair, so it usually is gonna move in the US session. Okay, even if you say, oh, but I waited for the equity time. Okay, this is the equity time. This, you see, the equity time is here. What did they do? It just pinned and then it reversed, because this candle here is actually mixed with the news. Okay, let's look carefully. I don't want to mislead people. Okay, yes, this was the equity opening time of US. Okay, so if you waited for the US, obviously you only have it's 4:30, you have 30 minutes towards the news. You don't want to be taking a trade when you have 30 minutes to the news. You have to be highly experienced to do that. Okay, I always say, wait for the news to trade. They will give you a direction. Okay, and when the news are trading, you wait for a 1 minute time frame. So if you go to a 1 minute time frame, okay, actually it's taking time. Okay, it's taking time, but it's fine. If you go to a 1 minute time frame, I believe you will see what was happening. This here, guys, is not a good setup. Okay, this here is not a good setup in any way. Okay, this is not a good setup to be selling. So once you see them squeezing and squeezing and squeezing and squeezing, traders going low, you can't say I'm expecting day two continuations. Okay, this is something I really wanted you to see. Okay, because this is highly important for you to see. Some people are just gonna ignore that these people are actually sending people down. You did see on a 15 minutes what was happening. Okay, there are people who are gonna ignore all these things and say, hey, it's day 2 continuation, we want to be selling. You can't sell into trap volume, because if you sold here and then you see them come back with an engulf, one thing you should have realized is that, oh, I am now trapped. Okay, so wherever, if you sold here and then you saw that, oh, they just pinned, you should have seen that, okay, these people are not actually going beyond the low. So if they're not going beyond the low, they're telling you one thing: everybody's selling beyond the low. Anybody whose order got fulfilled below the low didn't actually see profit. If they did see profit, it was just for a couple of minutes. Okay, and obviously you always go against trap volume, because the market wants to show, trap, and reverse. Okay, they show you that they are going down, they trap you, they reverse you. So this wasn't the best of setups. Okay, this wasn't a setup for a day 2 continuation. Wherever you see this, guys, this is not a setup to be selling. When people are getting trapped low, you don't want to be selling. Okay, because to make them feel more pain, you just reverse, and they are gonna be in a huge drawdown, of which is what the market really is after. Okay, so guys, I just wanted to share that, just to enlighten what was happening. Okay, and then there was a beautiful trade. This one was a very beautiful trade that actually happened today. As you can see, we were on day 3. Okay, on this one we were on day 3. Let me just squeeze this. Okay, squeeze this. You see, we got a day 1 here. Okay, they did go up and they ended up breaking up, so this becomes our day 1. Okay, we get an inside day. Let me just mark this. Okay, guys, I told you this is confusing. The day count is confusing if you're gonna try to master everything at the same time. Remember, some things take experience. So if you are new to this, always look for the cleanest day counts. Okay, where you can see what was happening, because this was the cleanest day 1. Easy. This is an inside day. It doesn't matter where it closed in. Okay, inside day. Okay, this is an inside day. Okay, so to understand these things, don't count the inside day as a green day or a red day. Okay, just call it an inside day. Okay, just to eliminate a lot of problems for yourself. And this was literally day 2. Okay, this was day 2, guys. They were beautiful trades, and this trade is euro Aussie. Okay, so this one moves well during the London session. Why? Because the euro is actually more dominant in this session. Okay, guys, I'm not gonna make this video pretty long. Okay, because already it's late and I am having a power cut at this moment. Okay, and beside, Bafana is playing, and I would like to see my national team playing, okay, against Morocco. So may the best team win. Okay, so guys, let's look at what really transpired. We got a day 1. Okay, this is not even a secret. As you can see, we got a day 1 because they broke here. Okay, they broke the previous day here, and then they closed as a down here as a day 1. Okay, this became an inside day. So if this was confusing, you could have counted it when you came here. Okay, it all became obvious. So this was a day 2. Okay, this was a day 2, and this was a day 3. Just look at how beautiful the setup was. Look at how beautiful the setup was. Beautiful. Obviously, for me, I'm gonna wait for the equity opening time, and honestly, I don't care. Okay, I don't care if I don't care. I will show you. Okay, this is the equity opening time on a 15 minutes. It's these 3 candles. Okay, fine. So I don't care, but one thing I really want to see is trap volume. This is what gives you confidence. These guys going down, they are literally trapped. So literally everybody below the low, I told you, they always trap below the levels, above or below the levels. So if you're looking for trapping, mostly you're gonna see it below the low, or above the low, or below the previous day's closing price, or above the previous day's closing price, or below the high or above the high of the previous day. These are the levels where they are just gonna trap you and trap you and trap you. Okay, so once you identify trap volume at this level, it's fine. You want to see what? You want to see them breaking up in a direction, but this is the equity time. Okay, as you can see, the equity opens, but they go up again, and then you just sit on your hands and you do nothing. What do? Mind you, the market is already broken up. Okay, and the equity down the equity opening didn't really throw a stop hunt, but most of the time it would, because it could have thrown a stop hunt that could have actually closed you if you entered here. Okay, but if you have experience, I say go for it. Okay, go for what you understand. Okay, because at the end of the day, it's all about what you understand. So for me, I'm gonna wait for here. So as you can see, they come down and then they go up. Okay, so here's a very beautiful easy engulf. Okay, the stops are beneath 20, but again, here it's going down and they give an engulf. But if you don't trust it, you can take this bigger one. If you don't trust it, you can still wait. Okay, they go down inside bar and then engulfing candle. You see, this is so beautiful. If you entered here, this was another place to actually increase your orders. Okay, to add another trade. Or else, if you entered here, it's still an engulf, guys. If you entered here, it's a time to enter another trade. So what I'm trying to show you is that wait for them to give you evidence. Okay, wait for them to give you evidence. Same criteria, break into my direction. You see, they came down during the equity time. I'm not counting this. I'm gonna wait to see what they do after the equity. Okay, and then they go up and then they break down. They bounce on the EMA, they give an engulf. This is an entry. These trades are explosive in nature. This kind of trades are explosive in nature. Why? Because they have already completed their task of trapping. So now they have trapped volume. You just wait for them to break into your direction, pull back, engulf. Wow, you allow it to go, it pulls back. You see how it doesn't take the recent lows out, because everybody trapped down here is not gonna be released. Okay, and this is the second one. You can add your position, and wow, it explodes like nobody's business. Okay, if you are targeting 50 pips from this entry, guys, I told you these trades are explosive in nature. Let's see, 50 pips, 26 minutes. Okay, from the second entry, you can target 50 pips for all these entries. Okay, as you can see, from the second entry, 50 pips was roughly hit in 34 minutes. So guys, how beautiful is this? The first 50 pips hit in 20 something minutes, the second one hit in 34 minutes, right before the US session opens. You just waited a couple of no, this is not 34 minutes, it's it's actually 34 candles of 5 minutes. So you can count how long that is, but it's roughly 3 hours. But it's still a beautiful, beside this is just a currency, it's still beautiful. It's still beautiful. These trades are explosive in nature. Okay, or else you could have found the same criteria on a smaller time frame. Okay, that's where you're gonna get early entries. So to be honest with all of you, wow, guys, today was just amazing. Anywhere I can go, honestly, I will show you the best of trades. Okay, because today was just amazing. Any pair you look at, okay, this one is the one where I showed you that you can't be trading when the markets are telling you a different story, because obviously these guys over here are just trapped. Okay, funny enough, just look where they are trapping. They just went down and then they trap. The first time they break out and give an engulf, maybe if you entered here, it's a very good trade, but it's on a 15-minute candle, it's a little bit late. Okay, so yes, you would have been closed. Some trades will close you actually, but this was not a very good day to trade. Okay, because already this is way too late. I will be trading late only if it's gold or indices. Okay, so okay guys, where is gold? Where is gold? Okay, I don't know if I actually opened gold, but okay, let me look for it. Nah, I didn't open gold, but gold gave a beautiful trade. Oh, here it is. Gold gave a beautiful trade right after the news. Okay, right after the news. Where is it? Oh, okay, it seems like, oh, it didn't load. Okay, This is the chart, a chart that I opened long time ago. So if you look at gold, it gave news, and then it broke down, and then it pulled back on a 1 minute time frame and gave you an engulf. So it gave you the same criteria for a continuation. It went 100 pip. My target is always 50 pips, okay? And again, if you look at US30 also gave a fantastic trade, okay? A fantastic trade, okay? As I told you, right now I have power cut. That's why I can't load this shot, okay? I have load shedding, you know, South Africa, and power cuts. So right now I don't have any network, but anyway, it's okay. So if you actually look at what Nasdaq did, US30, okay, because these pairs trade in the same way, but today they just decided to trade in a very different way. Anyway, today we had news, okay? Obviously I'm not gonna enter before the news, so it doesn't matter if I wait for the equity time or not. I am still not gonna enter before the news, okay? So when the news traded, what happened? They pulled back and actually went down, okay? Fine, they pulled back and went down. Okay, if we actually were to, let's look at the entire day. Okay, I want to show you something. You see, this is the high that was made in Asia, and these guys were actually taken out just before the news, okay? And this was the low of Asia. The low of London was actually taken out by the US session. And then let's look at what they did. At the end of the day, guys, honestly speaking, it's just a matter of remaining patient, okay? If you just decide to remain patient, you're gonna see the best trades, okay? So we are not allowed to get into the market before this news, okay? Because this is our own rules. And then they traded up, as you can see. They traded up and they gave an engulf, but obviously I don't want to catch this one because I don't know if it's the high or the low. I want something that has broken up and it gives a clear trade. So what do? You just wait until they give you something clear. But as you can see, this exploded down. Oh, that is good. So when you look at the market, you will realize where is trade volume. So when you see a triangle, just know that this is trapping. They're trapping volume both sides, okay? So once they've trapped here, what do? You wait, okay? Once you wait, they break to the upside. I told you I want them to break into the direction they intend to take. So if they had broken down once, the same criteria was gonna work. I will wait for them to break into the direction, pull back, and then give evidence. The evidence will always be followed by an engulf. And mind you, I'm on a 1 minute time frame. I'm also observing other time frames. So had they broken down again, I would have, because this is a scalp, okay? Because as you have seen, Nasdaq is just trading in its own way, but I enjoy scalping it out for 50 pips. It's giving me 50 pips in a couple of minutes, and I'm enjoying that, okay? So had it broken down, I will wait for them to go and then pull back and then give me evidence. So at all in all, it's all about being patient. You see, they break out into the direction, they pull back, they give you an engulf. This is literally an inside bar, but they pull down and they give you an engulf. So these trades I showed you from last week, they are explosive, and this is just beautiful engulfs, okay? This is beautiful engulfs. So 50 pips in 28 minutes, okay? Even though they went beyond, but for me, actually, I want 50 pips. So if you look at all these trades, sometimes you are not gonna have a day count, you're gonna get a scalp. But even if you're taking a scalp, the secret is only to wait, be patient, and use the same entry criteria I just showed you. I don't want to go through multiple pairs because this is just gonna make my video more longer, okay? But when you look at GJ, I followed the signal days and all sort of stuff. But on this Nasdaq one, US30 one, I usually love scalping if they are not giving me a good day count, okay? If you wait, guys, if you can just wait, okay, believe me, once they have trapped and they break into a direction, they pull back and give you evidence, chances are they are done with the job down here, and they are gonna give you your 50 pips before releasing this, guys. Why? Because these are indices, they are gonna explode. And I told you, these kind of trades are just explosive, okay? Yes, it's not a coincidence that this is happening at a level. Yes, it's happening at a level, but Guys, it's not even about the level at this point. It's about understanding that these guys down here are actually trapped. So I didn't really want to take this one before, because if you look at a 5 minutes and a 15 minutes, you realize that there were just too many pins. So I didn't want to really enter because I didn't understand what the pins were doing. So I prefer to wait. I only get interested when I see trapped volume, and as you can see, these triangles are trapped volume, or if they go and give a beautiful rectangle where they're just consolidating, that is trapping volume. Once they are done, they can give a fake breakout, but if they give a fake breakout, they are not going to give you evidence most of the time. That's why you want to see them breaking into your direction. You want to see them going down. As they go up, I'm setting alerts everywhere. On this candle, I can set roughly 2 alerts, and I'm setting alerts all the way back. And as they go down, and once my alerts start getting triggered, I set alerts on the upside now. Why? Because I want to hear them when they go up, so that even if my attention is distracted, I'm gonna get these trades. Okay guys, these are the best trades, I'm telling you. These are the best trades. Once you know who is trapped, and then they break into the direction, they pull back and give you evidence. The evidence should always be accompanied by the engulf. Once you see that, feel free to execute that trade, because it's gonna give you the best results without going into drawdown. These trades don't go into drawdown. That's why I told you that, okay, GJ closed me. My thesis is these trades do not go into drawdown. So obviously GJ closed me, but I was able to re-enter again once they gave a second confirmation. Why? Because these trades are explosive. Okay, if you look at let's go to oil. Okay, let's go to oil. Okay, I don't know if my charts will load, simply because I'm on power cut right now. If you look at oil, okay, we got a first it's actually a first green day, a red day. We got a red day, and obviously they did break to the downside, and then they pumped up. Okay, but they did break. Okay, so tomorrow they can still break. We'll see what they are doing, but let me show you something very fascinating. If it loads, oh, unfortunately it won't load because I'm actually on power cut right now, and this actually switches off all the towers, and when it switches off all the towers, obviously you can't do anything. Okay, but all in all, what I can tell you is that if you go to a smaller time frame, a 5 minute or 1 minute time frame, you will see that they broke up to the upside. Okay, they gave an M. If you were patient enough, they didn't give that when they give an M, obviously if they're gonna go down, I want to see them breaking down. And then let me show you what they did. Okay, because I can't really show you. They went up right here, it happened here. They gave something like an M. Okay, they gave something like an M, and then okay, let me show you. They gave something like an M, and they eventually broke down. Okay, this is what I want to see. But they did this. Yes, they were doing this. If they were gonna go down, they were actually gonna give me an engulfing candle, which is evidence. But what did they do? They gave an engulfing pin which was so big, and it went beyond here, but eventually it pulled back and closed as a half pin. Okay, when it closed as a half pin, that's when I knew they had other plans. And then all of a sudden, they actually ended up going up. They actually ended up going up, and then they broke here, and then that's where they gave a nice pullback, and they gave their first engulf. If you didn't believe it on a 1 minute time frame or 5 minute time frame, you just had to wait a little bit more, and then they gave the second pullback, and then they gave another engulf to the upside. Okay, so it's all about waiting. Okay, waiting and understanding that you don't move the prices. You want to wait for the market to give you their hands. So what I can say, guys, is just sit on your hands. Okay, sit on your hands, relax, and observe the market. If you use the entry criteria that I told you, believe me, these things are gonna be more easier to you to follow, because sometimes you might not get the day count, but for things like oil, for things like gold, for things like indices, there are days when they will be confusing, but they will give beautiful opportunities throughout the day for a scalp, okay? Because wow, they're amazing. Once you understand who is trapped, guys, I assure you everything will make sense and everything will be easy and easy and easy. Okay, so for now, that is all I can tell you. Even gold gave a nice trade. Like today, there were beautiful trades everywhere, but I re-emphasize this: sit on your hands and relax. Okay, don't chase move. First of all, I want to remind you something important: they are not gonna move without you. Okay, they are not gonna move without you. Okay, if they move without you, then obviously that wasn't your trade. Most of the trades, they are going to break into the direction, pull back, and give evidence. If you don't have evidence, the evidence is a pullback and an engulf. You don't have that, do not trade. Okay, if they don't give that, allow them to keep building up until the time they will give you this entry criteria. Okay, this helps me with my patience and it helps me with my execution. Believe me, guys, I know why people enter early. I used to enter early scared that now they're going. They're not going to go without you. Normal market behavior will always win. That's what I always say. Maybe out of 10 trades, 1 or 2 trades, they will go without pulling back and giving evidence. They will fall right away or rise right away. But tell me, if it's only 1 or 2 out of 10, why wouldn't you want to get those 8 or 9? Okay, because now you know that, okay, if 8 or 9 trades out of 10 actually follow normal market behavior, why don't you want to follow those 8 or 9? Like, take something that happens frequently, because you're gonna want to confuse yourself because of 1 or 2 trades out of 10 that blow off immediately. No, that's not right. Okay, take something that happens frequently. You can build a strategy on that, and if they go without pulling back and giving you that evidence, it's okay, let it pass. That trade wasn't yours. Remember, the goal is to grow. You want to take something with an edge, and if you know that this is normal market behavior, okay, you can just allow it to play and then take a trade with your edge. Okay, because if now you're gonna try to catch the one that explodes right away without pulling back, you're gonna try to catch the high. You don't know, guys, honestly, when the high is in place. There are times you'll think that the high is in place just to find out that the high wasn't in place. They keep going to make another high, more especially on gold. You can blow your account. I've blown many accounts before on gold trying to catch the high or the low. Gold is good in that it will like give you something, you think it's a high, and then you enter, they come and break it, give you a pin and golf, you think it's a high, later they come and break it. So guys, you don't want something like that. Okay, wait for evidence, and you don't have evidence until they have broken into your direction, pull back to local level, and give you that evidence that now we are going, everything is locked. Whosoever is trapped is like, okay, we don't care. Those who are trapped, sorry. Okay, once they do that and now they are ready to explode against the trap volume, that's when you should show up and say, oh guys, no, not so fast. I want to ride with you. I saw you and now I am ready. Okay, so always allow them to do their work and give you evidence. Most traders out there are still blind. They know nothing about the evidence we are talking about. They are moved by emotions. Don't be like them. Allow them to be trapped. Then just before the market is about to explode, say, hey guys, I am going with you. You ain't trapping me. Why? Because I ain't entering before you trap. Okay, because if you're gonna try to catch a move before you see trap volume on a smaller time frame, then you are gonna be that trap volume. Okay, wait, see trap volume, let them give you evidence, break into a direction, pull back. If that pullback continues and it go to a point whereby it breaks the previous low or the previous high, then you keep on waiting. You have no trade. You only have a trade when they give you evidence of an engulfing candle that shows that, oh, now we are ready to explode. And believe me, when you get that, guys, you are in in a very good trade. Do not be scared. That's why I was able to take GJ. I showed you guys. That's why I was able to take GJ without any stress or whatsoever, because I saw that they've trapped these guys. Go and look at a 1 minute time frame. Even on a 5 minute, you can see these guys here are trapped. Okay, they are literally trapped. Okay, these guys up there up here, they are trapped. You see, they are trapped, and this one closes because it sends more volume up. People are chasing the move, then they collapse down. Okay, so same things every day. Once you see trapped volume, guys, wait for the same criteria, then shoot. Okay, anyway, now guys, this is long. I'm tired. Let me go and watch Bafana. I appreciate you. And guys, always remain to be patient. Remain to be patient and use the entry criteria. Allow them to trap, then allow them to break out into your anticipated direction or into their direction they are intending to take, because you can't decide for them that now you're gonna go down. No, I just showed you a trade that even if you get a red day, it doesn't necessarily mean the following day they're gonna give you a day to continuation, okay, in the direction you are planning. Sometimes they'll have other plans, so wait for the easiest explosive trades. And I just showed you, when they've trapped, when they break into a direction, they pull back and they give you an evidence of an engulf which is in line with the trend. Go with the trend. Trend is your friend. Okay, 50 pips, you are in, you are out. If you target more, be careful, because most of the time they will come and close you. Okay, but just make sure that you open multiple trades, and maybe 1 or 2 trades you take your take profit, and the third one you allow it to run in case maybe whereby they go 100 pips, 150, 200 pips, 250. You can just take advantage of that. But remember, get the money locked in, okay, and don't give it back to the market. One good trade a day is good for you to go out and come back tomorrow with a sober mind. Remember, again, analyze a day before. It's very, very important. Guys, I really appreciate you. Have a fantastic night. May God bless all of you.